I gotta go back for that gear. Oh, I want this guy's gear. He's juiced as hell. Guy's freaking juiced out of his mind. Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. I want to show you my Rondel Dagger fighter build that I brought into High Roller and made approximately 15,000 gold over the course of 3 hours. This was a mixture of PvP, some centipede farming, and of course just general gameplay, but I was really surprised to see how much money I made, and as you already saw in that first fight, I made a lot of gold just from that first fighter. He had a very, very expensive kit. I want to go ahead and go over my build, explain to you why my build was better than his, even though his kit is more expensive than mine. Build efficiency is a really important thing in this game. If you don't know how to build a kit, it won't stack up quite as well against other players. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with the perks, skills, and then we'll go ahead and go over the gear. For my perks, I'm going to be running Swift, which reduces my armor move speed penalty by 20%, which is pretty decent when you're running full plate armor. Defense Mastery, which is going to increase my armor rating by 10%, which is really good for hitting high armor thresholds, which is what this build aims to do. Weapon Mastery, which is going to allow me to use any weapon, even a non-native weapon, which is how we're able to use weapons such as the Rondel Dagger and the Survival Bow. And finally, Combo Attack, which is going to increase my damage by 10% every time I hit somebody after a successful attack, which helps make up for the Weapon Mastery damage loss, so this is a pretty decent perk to use. For my skills, I'm going to be rocking Second Wind to increase my health by 40 seconds over 12 seconds. This is really good for PDR builds because it scales very efficiently the higher HP you have, and don't forget your effective HP when you have physical damage reduction armor is a lot higher because you end up taking a lot less damage from melee attacks, and Adrenaline Rush to increase my action speed by 15%, which is going to make me swing far faster than you normally would, which is really good for this build because of the stats that we're currently scaling. If you want to take a moment to look at the left-hand side of the screen, I want to briefly show you my stats for this build. I'm rocking 144 HP. This is going to be paired with 94.5% movement speed, 3.8% action speed. Keep in mind that this action speed is going to be with that 15%, so it'll be a total of 18.8% during this skill. 62% physical damage reduction. Keep in mind also that this number does not include my shield, which we'll cover here in a little bit. 11% magic resistance. That is the big downside of this build. It is very weak against warlocks and wizards. And even though our physical power bonus is low, that is perfectly fine because we're going to be stacking true physical damage, which is going to scale very well with the Rondel Dagger and Bow. Now for my gear, I'm going to go ahead and go over all of my pieces, and then I'm going to explain a little bit as to why I'm going for the roles that I'm going for. First of all, I'm going to be using the Rondel Dagger with additional weapon damage. This is because the Rondel Dagger swings very quickly. This is because of the other stats that we're currently scaling, primarily true physical damage. And because of that, every single time I swing this dagger, that guaranteed damage is going to be dealt. But because of how fast it swings, it scales far better than other weapons do, such as a falchion, for example, because the falchion swings a little bit slower, so you're not going to get quite as much DPS output. I'm also going to be using the buckler because it's the lowest movement speed penalty shield in the game, with double armor rolls, armor, and physical damage reduction, to try to get as high armor as possible. I'm going to be running the Hound Skull with some action speed and dexterity. This is going to help me swing my weapon a little bit faster. Dark Plate Armor with Armor Roll. This Armor Roll is going to help me scale my armor, and the Dark Plate Armor gives me a lot of magic resistance, because with the Plate Armor, there's a big downside in that a lot of it reduces my magic resistance. For my gloves, I'm going to be rocking the Heavy Gauntlets with true physical damage. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be the stat that we're looking to scale with the Rondel Dagger. That's going to do really, really good damage and overall DPS. 2 Rings of Vitality. This is going to give us Vigor, which is going to give us a little bit of HP, and the true physical damage will, of course, scale with our dagger. For my pants, I'm running the Plate Pants, which is going to give us very high armor rating with Strength and Vigor. These have armor and max HP rolls, which are both great finds. You're going to notice a very common theme with this build, that we're going for armor, max health / vigor, and true physical damage for most rolls. For our boots, we are going to be going for the additional movement speed. This is because it's the only equipment in the game that can roll movement speed, so it's really important to grab them here. For my cloak, I'm running the Watchman Cloak. This is because it has the highest armor rating in the game. Arguably, I could go for Vigor Cloak instead with some armor, but things do get quite expensive, so I opted to go for the Watchman Cloak just as a good source of armor with that true physical damage. And the Frost Amulet is going to be the best in slot necklace. The reason for this is that it has the highest and only good true damage in the game at a whopping 3 per hit. There is nothing else in the game that can currently give this much true physical damage, so we're going to grab this with additional armor rating to help scale our total armor. And in total, this is going to give us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 true physical damage, meaning every time we swing our Rondel Dagger, not only is it going to do 27 damage, 26 plus 1, but it will also do that additional 7 guaranteed for a total of 34 per swing. Not to mention headshot damage. Even though True doesn't scale headshot, it's still really strong for doing that sustained damage. And we will have the Survival Bow with additional damage and max HP, which is a pretty decent thing because it scales very well also with true physical damage because of how fast it shoots. With my shield, I will be rocking about 72% physical damage reduction. I know it was somewhere around that range, which means that my effective HP is over 500 health. Because of how physical damage reduction scales, I'm going to have almost 4 times my effective health. It's going to be a little bit lower because we're not quite at that 75% range, but being at 72, it is going to be very, very hard for people to kill me in melee. We are weak to magic, as I mentioned previously, but as you're going to tell, a lot of these melee fights end up just being completely one-sided in my favor. So I hope you enjoy the PvP. I made a lot of gold, so I'm really excited to share this with you. And I hope you enjoy these high roller games. If you want to see these kind of games live, I do have my Twitch in the link of the description of this video, so feel free to check it out there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So warlocks and wizards, we run away from and we don't fight them, by the way. We do fight Bard. Back, Barb. He actually did some good damage. I think he was scared. He He did more than I was expecting. Blue. Debatable. You know, it does have additional damage though, so I don't feel as bad. He got me to what, like half HP? I think that went okay. Bard. I'm not friendly, Bard. He wishes I was friendly, though. He wishes I was friendly. GG, sir. There's a player sneaking. Poor guy. Oh, this poor guy. Back to the lobby, I suppose. I feel a little bad, man. That was just sad. He tried to leave. He tried to leave out of the exit. Yeah, yeah, barbs are just food. Barbs are just free. You with this build. Took a lot of hits? Yeah, it does take a lot of hits. But you have a lot of armor, so you can kind of sustain it too. Got some pretty decent gear too. Oh, he's helping. Okay, he's helping. Yeah, I won't kill him. Anyway. I mean, yeah. You freaking dickhead. you, the audacity. The audacity of that. I hope it was worth it. I hope that was worth it, man. I just I cannot believe him. What a little rat. I cannot believe he did that. He had no chance. He had absolutely no chance to ever kill me. It does not matter what he did. He is never killing me there. There's no way. There's no way he ever does it, man. I'm not fighting that. Did you guys see the Franny damage? Oh, I don't feel bad for that cleric. He chased me across the map. Of course I don't feel bad for that cleric. That man chased me far as hell. No regrets. No sympathy. Absolutely not. Shouldn't have chased me. Whoa. Whoa. God damn, Centipede. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Those are both pretty damn good. That's like one of the most juiced centipedes I've seen in a minute. I'll fight this guy. Wow. Okay. I don't think he had a home. I feel a little bad. See, he can just use that's the problem with Warlock. He will just use the Hydra heal and he will heal forever for free. That's the problem. You can't kill him with a bow because they will heal forever because that's what Warlocks do. I didn't want to fight him. I didn't want to fight him. Oh, man. Hold up. Oh, it's the lore! It's the lore! GG. That's the first time I think I've killed lore. Oh, man. I didn't know it was lore. I was just trying to get away from that warlock. Yeah, I just didn't. I was just scared of the Warlock coming to third party. You know, he has a pretty good kit too. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you liked this video. It really helps the channel. Sub for future content, and comment below what your thoughts are of this build and just this video in general. I do want to thank Justin Doob, Trash Daddy, and Barty for supporting this video alongside all my other members. Thank you all. Have a great day.